Hey folks, Joshua here. Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. It is the 19th of Neth. Our party has teleported back to Dresden, and we have some crusade management to take care of. So let's take a look at that. 3 Hell Knights are awaiting an audience with the commander in Dresden. Also, the Free Crusaders have sent a letter to the Citadel inviting the Crusade leader to pay them a visit at his court. Okay, let's deal with the Hell Knights. Loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, and... the Hell Knights arrive. Paralictor Aminos Renth. They approach as if in military formation, in lockstep, arranged so that the tallest, a white-haired elf, occupies the central position, flanked by the other 2. At the same time, it does not seem as though any one of the 3 is the leader. Knight Commander Orlan. We are representatives of the Hell Knights in the no man's land of the World Wound. Paralictor Aminos Renth from the Order of the Gate, Paralictor Lerana Tai from the Order of the Pike, and Paralictor Gerendeothan from the Order of the Pyre. After introducing themselves, all 3 turn to Regil in unison and give curt nods. The elf, Paralictor Aminos Renth, turns his gaze on you. His voice is dry, and his speech is fastidiously formal. We have come to officially greet the commander of the 5th Crusade on behalf of the coalition of the Hell Knight Orders. The Orders have been and remain fundamentally opposed to demons and demon worshippers. We will continue to act in the no man's land of the World Wound as an allied force to your armies. Okay, we have 3 options here. One is lawful. Welcome our honored allies to Dresden. The second is asking if they wish to participate in joint operations. And the third is dismissive. I think the second one here is interesting. Are you willing to participate in joint operations? My armies could use your support. That is not possible at this moment in time. The Orders are following their own plans. The majority of our forces are deployed far to the west. We are thereby helping you by drawing the attention of the demon armies. Paralictor Derenge's decision to hand over part of his force for you to command was done on his own initiative, but the other orders and even other chapters of the Order of the Godclaw have their own objectives. I don't think it's harmful to occasionally make a lawful statement here. I welcome our honored allies to Dresden. Thank you, Knight Commander, and allow us to congratulate you on your victory in the battle for Dresden. Is that all you wanted to say? One more thing. Our chapters, together with the troop led by Paralictor Derenge, intend to establish an outpost, or rather a fortified transfer point for our operations. We have found suitable ruins from the First Crusade, and we've begun making them fit for habitation. When the outpost is ready, you will be entitled, as our ally, to make use of the facilities for rest and sustenance when you are making forays deeper into the wound. From that, we shall take our leave, Knight Commander. Okay, that takes care of that. Our next objective is to head to the court, but I think our larger plan is probably to hunt down a dragon. So we need to bring Greybor with us. Everybody is very, very close to level 12 here. So unfortunately, we're probably going to have to level up in the middle of that. But for now, we got to go grab Greybor. And we'll head to the court with him to get a good night's sweet dreams rest, and then we'll head towards the dragon encounter. I'm not sure if there's anything we need to do on the city map. We might just... Oh, okay, something happened here. Some say that being a kind person is hard work, that most people can't do it. Is that true? Look at the people standing next to you. Don't you want to love these people? Is it so hard to smile at them, to say a kind word, to share with those in need? Don't you feel joy when you do something good for others? And isn't it wonderful when they do the same for you? Kindness is the easiest and most pleasant thing in the world. A crowd has gathered in the street, young and old, civilians and soldiers. Everyone is listening to the frail elf girl, captivated by her delicate voice as it rings out. What about the ungrateful assholes, huh? You do good for them and they just shit on you in return. Just don't be like them. And don't get angry at these people. They don't know what they're doing. Don't abandon them to their silliness and sins. Keep doing good. And you'll see, sooner or later, they'll realize they were wrong. What is this meeting? This? I'm just talking to good people who want to listen. That girl can talk. Of course, no one's going to live by her sermons, but listening to them is nicer than listening to the bards and their songs. Speak for yourself, sinner. I feel myself getting better, kinder, and more spiritual after every sermon. Really? Well, do a good deed then. Give me something from your shop for free. The squabbles drowned out by the laughter of the crowd. You should listen to her. She'll teach you to live good lives. Right, Commander, that's for sure. Thank you for your kind words. I'm not saying anything special. These are simple things. Everyone knows them. Come on, keep talking. One man claps his hands. Others join in with claps and cries of encouragement. All right. I was talking about being kind to your neighbors. And look, the commander decided to set an example. The girl keeps preaching. We'll all die, maybe very soon. How can we waste our short lives fighting? That's a little bit much. We got a quest from that. It's easy to say love other people. Have you seen the mugs on some folk? So we got drawn into this discussion, this situation. There's nothing more pleasant than making someone happier. And the sermon and the conversation continues. The girl has a way with words. I like listening to her. How can we defeat the demons if we become like them? All right, so we picked up a new, I think, companion quest here. The Wayward? An insane preacher telling a laughing crowd about love, kindness, and nobility of spirit. An ordinary sight in the streets. Every city has its idiots. Oftentimes, when the crowd grows tired of listening to sermons, it finds a new entertainment by dragging the preacher to the stake. But this girl has already been tossed on the pyre and survived. And despite it all, she continues to appeal to the people's better nature. Will she achieve more than others of her ilk? Who's to say? The mob loves a wretch, a feeble-minded, hysterical, starry-eyed preacher. When one of these unfortunates stands on a corner and begins their sermon, a crowd will immediately gather. Some will laugh, some will cry, some will toss a coin at their feet. But will any of them listen? Will they do as they are told? The obvious conclusion, of course they won't. But let's leave our biases aside as we observe how the throngs of Dresden respond to the exhortations of a ragged elf girl. We'll have to wait to see how things unfold. Okay, with that taken care of, we're gonna, I think, head for the gates and get out of here. Greybor will, I believe, have a mythic, upgrade waiting. So we'll take a quick look here. Let's see, class progression. He gets the first level, I guess, only. Because he wasn't part of our family before. What do we want to give him? He's a rogue. So something sneak attacky, maybe? I'm not sure. He gets an ability, not a feat here. He doesn't need casting. Doesn't automatically miss on a 1. Okay. Let's see. He doesn't make natural attacks. Not making range stuff. Poisons and diseases ignore immunities. Does he have anything like that? What is he built with? He's a slayer. He gets double slice, weakening wound, studied target. Study an opponent he can see as a move action, then gain a +1 bonus on weapon attack and damage rolls. And the save DCs of character class abilities against that opponent increase by 1. The character deals sneak attack damage to the target. He studies that target, allowing him to apply his study target bonuses against that target. Like before, no. We have to deal sneak attack, but then he has all his other attacks. He uses these hand axes. Oh, we did get a hand axe. I think I sold it. We did get some kind of hand axe weapon. No, I kept it. Agile hand axe plus 4. Okay, so the agile I don't think matters, right? Because he doesn't have weapon finesse, and he's not applying... We don't want to apply dexterity in place of strength. But he might want to equip this. We got to get him loaded out if we're taking him with us. So this is just a straight hand axe plus 4 compared to Dwarven War Axe plus 3 and Crushing Cold. So what's the difference between a Dwarven War Axe and a hand axe? I guess it depends on whether he has, like, special feats for it. Let's look at his class again. All right, so we know about studied target. That may be a ability I need to use. I'm not sure. We've got double slice. So we add the strength bonus to damage rolls made with the offhand weapon. We have sneak attack. We have weakening wound. When making a sneak attack against a creature that has damage reduction, character's attack reduces that. Okay. Level 2 studied target, level 2 sneak attack, and improved 2-weapon fighting. Seems decent. We can study our target as a swift action. We have slow reactions. They can't make attacks of opportunity. That's fine. Level 3 sneak attack. Advanced talents. I don't know what we picked here. I guess we picked this, outflank. We picked that, maybe? Or I don't know. Doesn't look like we see exactly what we had here. So then for our normal feats, we picked 2-weapon fighting, a weapon focus on axes, but I believe that will apply to all axes. Specifically, we chose the Dwarven War Axe, but he should get the same benefit. Then we picked Accomplished Sneak Attacker, Hammer the Gap, consecutive hits, deal extra damage. That's good. He's got 5 attacks. Power Attack, and Improve Critical. Okay. So I think, let me just double check here. Plus 19. Plus 17. What's the difference here? Strength and enhancement and plus 1 from weapon focus. Here we have strength enhancement plus 1 from weapon focus. And 2-weapon fighting seems to want a Dwarven War Axe in his first hand. For some reason. One-handed axes. And then light axes. Okay. What if... So this has... a threat range of 19 to 20 and 3x critical. What about the other thing? Threat range of 19 to 20 and 3x critical. Yeah, it should be the same. If I give you this... Yeah, we still get... Okay, yeah, that's probably the way to go then. So we'll give him those. Let's go grab items that we want off of you. Dex and Con. Silver Robe. Natural Armor. This thing. Con Man's Ring. Cloak of Cleansing. He doesn't need your headband, but we do need your Lockpicker's Toolkit and Tiger. Let's go over here and get you equipped. Where's Tiger? That's Lockpicker's Kit 1. Wait, did I take it off properly? No. Take those off. There we go. Go back to Greybore. Put these on him. That's fine. And then we'll give him the rings, Ring of Protection, Conman's Ring. We'll give you the cloak. What kind of helm do you want? What do we have for you? You currently have Giant Strength, which is probably better than Physical Form. Yeah, that's more damage for you. Surefire Gloves doesn't help. What do you have? Natural Armor plus 1. Let's get you plus 2. Pops you up to 24 here. You have crummy studded leather, and we could give you a hat of some sort. Type here. We don't. What do we have? Alluring charisma or vast intelligence. I mean, neither of these seem all that great for you. You don't really need them. There's no harm in giving you one. Neither works on a saving throw, neither works on your attack, so they don't really do anything for you. I guess we'll just leave those off. And then, do we have any better armor for you? We can give you this shirt. Goes underneath your cuirass there. And then, yeah, you're not gonna, I mean, we could give you a breastplate, but I don't think we want to. You're automatically slow at 20. I don't know if you could ride a mount. You probably need a large mount. So I guess that's it for setting him up. His AC is a little low. His speed's a little low for a rogue. I'd love to have some way to fix that. But if we take his mythic level here, what ability is going to be most helpful for him? Not missing on a 1 is okay. We don't need natural attacks. He doesn't seem to use poisons and diseases. Your studied target ability gives you a bonus to AC against the target of your studied target ability, equal to the bonus this ability gives you on attack rolls. So I can get a +3 to AC, I think, based on my studied target, which means moving in and attacking somebody is less, like that bumps me up to, I think, 27 AC. That's not bad. It's specific to his build. So defensive study is a possibility here. Being able to teleport to a spellcaster after targeted by an enemy spell, that also seems good. I mean, they're not going to do well against a sneak attack physical attacker. Dimensional retribution or defensive study. Emergency help, enduring spells, enforced vigor. No. Bonuses to attack of opportunity. I don't think so. Additional 1d6 per 2 mythic ranks divine damage. It's not that great. Leading strike, magic nullification. Mythic charge. Music doesn't really do anything here. Rupture restraints could be good. Getting confused and being able to just shrug it off and get back into the fight. It seems like that seems like a pretty good one for his like character, like determined mercenary who will do whatever it takes. Like you can try to restrain me, but I'll just shrug it off. That's another defensive ability. We're not making ranged attacks. We shouldn't be missing. Unrelenting assault, pretty good. So what's the difference between rupture, restraints, and unstoppable? Paralyzed, staggered instead, nauseated, sickened instead, shaken instead of frightened. So basically can't be paralyzed or nauseated. Whereas this one, you can shrug it off. It doesn't happen often enough. I think rupture restraints would be better. I like all of these, but I think the best one is probably defensive study. Let's pick that up. Okay, and we'll level other people up later. Looks like, oh, I'm gonna get the full progression here, it seems. Okay, so we get level 2 as well. A mythic feat here. 2-weapon fighting mythic. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Penalties on attack rolls for fighting with 2 weapons reduced by 2. Love to see it. Level 3, we get another mythic ability here. So I guess I'll take the shrug it off thing. Rupture restraints seems good. And then for level 4, improve critical mythic sneak attacker. We could go with weapon focus here for the dwarven war axe. That seems good. Okay, so we're ready to go with him. Let's head out. He could use some better armor, but aside from that, we're ready to go. Where is my horse? Meadow? Let's go, girl. Okay. Yes, let's head out into the world. We're going to go to the court, find out what's waiting for us there, sleep with our new party so that we get that buff, and then head out to hunt a dragon. Isn't this where I'm... Yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be, right? Yeah, there we go. All right, so Waljif, you're staying behind, and Greybor, you're coming with. Okay, we're still on the 19th. I now need to fix my spell book, my buffs here. I can't do it on this screen. Okay. There is one thing I want to check here, because I've been putting Crusader's Edge and Align Weapon on some people. So let me double check something here. When you cast this spell on a melee weapon in your primary hand, you imbue it with a powerful holy energy, granting your primary weapon the Bane weapon quality against evil outsiders. Enhancement bonus +2 better than its actual and deals extra damage. Doesn't say anything about alignment. Whenever you score a crit, you not only deal normal critical damage, but also nauseate the outsider for 1d3 rounds. Yeah, okay, so both are good. This is damage, the other one is bypassing DR. So once we get in there, we'll have to make sure that he's buffed along with everybody else. Okay, we're gonna head to the court. I do wish I knew how to rename it. I think Court of Whimsy is a better choice, but we only got the one chance to name it here. Let's head up. Enter. All right, so... we kick in a cutscene here. Upon seeing you, Aranka cries out with joy. Ah, there's the one who'll tell us what to do. She gestures for silence. A couple of weeks ago, we had ourselves a great party in a camp. Wine and songs had lifted our spirits so high that our laughter was heard by a most curious visitor. Her name is Wise Thunder. She's an Azata and a traveler from Elysium. She liked us so much that she stayed with us through the night, and in the morning she called herself our eternal friend. Then she promised that her retinue would always answer the Crusaders' call. Ever since, volunteers have been arriving at our camp now and again. Folks who've met Wise Thunder and were impressed with her tales about us. And just the other day, an entire unit came, all of them worshippers of Caden Kalian. We've unlocked the Defenders of Freedom decree here, a repeatable decree that takes 5 days, 75 energy, and the leadership slot to recruit 3 Yama Azatas. Okay, I quite like that. The energy cost is high, but if I can build up a large stack of these guys, that could be really impressive. So it's a flight unit, a spellcasting unit, a mythic unit, 171 hit points, 7 power. 20 AC, resistance to fire and cold, immune to electricity, has a melee attack with +10 with the Cold Iron Star Knife, deals reasonable damage, but also comes with Cure Moderate Wounds, comes with Flight, and a Dispel. This is probably the thing that sees more use, but I wonder if we start burning energy to constantly be recruiting these guys. We got along straight away, but it just didn't feel right. Here we were, having fun, while your soldiers were toiling away in their service, all bored and sad. So we figured the Cadenites should enlist in your army to boost their morale. They went to the recruiters and said, "We're here to serve, help, and cheer everyone up." Your gruff officers took one look at the volunteers and unanimously refused to let them near the troops. They alleged that the Cadenites would ruin any semblance of discipline in the army. I'm fine with discipline, but why be such jerks about it? You could find them jobs suited to their strengths. Ask them to help recruits with attracting people. The Cadenites are renowned for their eloquence. Or task them with intelligence gathering. Their adventurous streaks would lead them into the maw of Lamashtu herself, and they'd return with valuable information. Who is this wise Thunder? And what kind of retinue does she have? Oh, she's a wise one, all right. Very perceptive. She's genuinely disgusted by all forms of tyranny, and her entire retinue shares the sentiment. In her travels, Wise Thunder is always accompanied by her loyal Yama Azatas, enchantresses and freedom fighters, and many of them were so moved by our courage that they wish to become our friends too. Why do the officers refuse to let Caden's followers join the army? Oh, because they're too fun and freedom-loving. They aren't fond of your sergeants barking orders. This rowdy bunch is unlike your soldiers in every way, so officers treat them as outsiders, but I guess we can't blame those who've been sitting next to the World Wound for being so suspicious. They've been fighting for years and have seen things worse than most people's nightmares. But that's not the issue. The Crusaders have one way of life, the Cadenites another. And we should not impose the strict Mendevian regimen on the Free Crusaders, but we also shouldn't force the Crusaders to live in chaos they find uncomfortable. These people don't like the mess that we enjoy. As polite guests, we must abide by the rules set out by our hosts. Well, that is reasonable from you, buddy. That's something reasonable that you've said, which good for you. How can the talents of the priests best be used? I think the best option is to ask them to recruit for the crusade. These adorable drunkards have silver tongues, more than enough to convince even the fiercest skeptic. And they do enjoy traveling. Adventure's in their blood, and their legs are swifter than the wind. To top it off, the accidental god has generously blessed them with luck. We can always count on that lot to stumble upon a lost purse or buried treasure. Early Sunset clears his throat. The flames of this argument were fanned by pride, not by the citizens of Mendev, but by those who came to their aid. These brave Cadenites should show a modicum of respect, and at least pretend to respect local customs. What a shock it was to hear that waking up on time or marching in formation could crush a person's free spirit. This attitude speaks to an unhealthy fragility. Okay. So we have some choice effects here. I think right off the bat, I love the idea of having them be recruiters, not the least because I want more recruits. And if they bump up my numbers, that's fantastic. Now, they may end up getting us mercenaries and not trainable recruits, which not as good. But that's my first instinct. Putting them as information spies and scouts would be my second choice, and letting them join the ranks. I actually agree with Early Sunset here. The way he puts things is weird and awkward, but I don't think letting them join the ranks is the right choice. But let's check out the choice effect here. If we let them recruit new soldiers, it unlocks the Bellflower Fighters Mercenary Unit, accurate sharpshooters. 17 Bellflower fighters are recruited by the commander's headquarters. The cost of recruiting mercenary units reduces by 5. So accurate sharpshooters sounds good. These guys are halflings with 44 hit points and 13 AC that use a sling staff +3. They have a +21 to attack, 19 to 26 damage. They have armor penetration, the penalty in close combat that we've seen before, and then they have the critical strike, 20% chance to deal 150% damage. Brave freedom fighters who rebelled against tyranny and now do their best to save halfling slaves from Chilaxian labor camps, where the latter are especially numerous. Having noticed the threat of the demonic invasion, they've not stood idly by. I quite like that idea. I wish they were recruitable, but I really like the idea of more ranged units that I can build up. If we make them scouts here, all generals gain the Cadenite Scouts feat. Finance points income increases by a flat 10%. Ooh. Army has 10 additional movement points. I quite like the idea of a flat percentage increase here. And more movement points for armies is also really nice. What is the effect here? Unlocks the Clerics of Caden Kalian Mercenary Unit. Spellcasters capable of summoning and empowering allies. 9 of them show up. And the number of available mercenary units increases by 1. These guys are trash at fighting, although they have a nice, decent hit points and decent AC. They can summon beer elementals? What? Chaotic good elementals that have 167 hit points, 21 AC. Fairly okay slam attack. And potential to stun for 1 round. Okay, that's pretty nice. These are all pretty good. They have Drunkard's Luck. This is a spell. All allied units in a 3x3 area gain a +3 bonus to AC for 3 rounds. And Drunkard's Prowess. All units gain a 20% chance to deal crits for 3 rounds. So recruiting costs drop by 5 isn't bad. A flat... I want like all of these. This is the passive one that just makes everything a little bit better. Recruiting a bunch of these clerics would be fun, I feel like. Their abilities are less impressive than the beer elemental. I really like the idea of a stunning unit. Getting a +3 bonus to AC isn't bad. Getting a chance to crit isn't bad, and we can apply it to multiple people here. But yeah, and they're pretty tanky. 17 AC, 109 hit points. I want the fighters too, though. They're a little bit more vulnerable, like all the ranged units. The passive is the reduction in mercenary recruits. Oof, this is tough. I guess I'm going with the scouts. No, I clicked on the wrong thing. I meant to right click on that. I clicked on the wrong thing. Whoops. That was a misclick. That was not what I intended to do. Yeah, I want all 3 of them. Do I want the beer elementals or do I want another ranged unit? I can only have like maybe 2 types of ranged units, but being able to build up another stack is really good. This should trigger this event again, right? I think I want to get the fighters. There we go. Okay. So I think we're gonna put them on recruiting and get the Belflower fighters here. Aranka gives a decisive nod. I'm sure that their eloquence will attract more people to our cause, both those who will become crusaders and those who can aid them. Even now, they have plenty of friends willing to shed blood for freedom against the forces of tyranny. Of demons or mortal kings, they care not. Oh, this feels strange. We're in it together, spilling blood and fighting the same demons, but it's still difficult to understand one another. I'm glad we have you. I'll come to you right away the next time we have a falling out. Okay. Now, the other question I have is whether the thing we were doing up here is done. The mural? Yes, the mural's done. Okay. So we have other thingamabobs, the edible thingamabobs, but we can look at this thing and check in on Maestro Aventurin.
Let us be off.
I suppose I should be mounting everybody up.
A bright future awaits.
I mean, we're about to take a rest, so I'll have to remount them. But let's take a look. The mosaic created by Maestro Aventurin looks as delicate, calm, and mysterious as the artist himself. This place is so inspiring. Okay, so we don't... Huh. There was the other guy that we got the magic crap from the magic soil from. So I don't know what happened to the other guy. Halfling warriors over here. Like, we have more magic transmuting soil, I guess. Whimsical berry. Gives me more shiny thingamabobs. Yeah, we still have 36 edible thingamabobs, so I don't know what we do with those. Huh. Okay. Let's go talk to the Maîtresse here. Nothing new for her. And then we have the giant Treant guy. I think probably nothing new here either. Yep, nothing new. Okay. Then the only thing left to do is grab our Sweet Dreams benefit. I guess we should check in and see whether these guys have anything new to say as well. But then we'll rest and head out. You're my dear friend, Alkis, but sometimes I just want to shake you. Yes, Desna's our goddess, but she's the goddess of freedom. We mustn't follow her blindly. There's no arguing with you when you're being stubborn like this. Perhaps Orlin can make you see sense. We're having a disagreement over an important matter. We learned that you found and restored one of Desna's relics, the Bell of Mercy. I believe it should be moved to our court, but Aranka disagrees because, no, I'll explain it better. The bell's a sacred relic with the power to frighten away demons. It's not really needed in Dresden, as the city's protected by the Sword of Valor anyway, but it could prove useful here. And yet, the thing is, it's an ancient relic with a history of its own. We didn't create it. All we can do is use it. To me, that feels too much like singing other people's songs instead of writing our own. The court just appeared before our very eyes. That's what makes it unique. Its music should be unique too. That's why I want us to craft and enchant a musical instrument of our own making instead. Would we be able to create something like the Bell of Mercy? Something equally powerful? No. But the instrument we'll craft will be ours alone. Besides, the bell's dedicated to Desna. Even though I worship her with all my heart, I realize she's not a deity that all three crusaders would follow. We're all different, but united. That's what unites us is something other than a deity's will. That means our symbol shouldn't represent her alone. That's a good idea, Aranka. We have a song of our own, and it should be played on something we created ourselves. I knew you'd understand. I'll start working on our own way to make music then. And while we're at it, I wanted to work on our song a little. On Starward Gaze, do you think the new version should be more cheerful or more tranquil? It possesses a special kind of power when you perform it, so the changes might have consequences. Interesting question. What does he feel when he thinks about the Song of Elysium? It's freedom, it's transportation to that realm, it's like meeting a Ruchelet, in part it's a connection to Desna. It's definitely a connection to the whimsical people here, the boisterous halflings, the mad artists, the crazy priests, and the trees stomping around. I think I'd prefer a more cheerful version. Great. I'll do it as you prefer. Drop by when I'm done, and it'll take a while. Okay. 20 experience. Where are we here? 370 experience away from level 12. Anything else from these guys? No. Okay. All right. Then there's only one thing left to do, which is to take a rest. We're going to be traveling, so I don't think we need anything else here. We don't really need anything at all. I could make a potion or scribe a scroll. No, I don't have my scribers with me. I don't think. Nobody can brew potions here. Oh, she apparently can brew potions. What if I put you in the second slot? No, you have to be first. Okay, what about scroll scribing? Yeah, none of these people can do anything, huh? Okay. Then, yeah, we don't need any of this. Let's just begin resting.
If you're so good at healing other people, how come you don't heal yourself?
Of what? There's nothing wrong with me.
What's he talking about? Her blackened hands? Okay, so we should have renewed our Sweet Dreams buff here. We did indeed. Sweet Sleep, rather. +2 luck bonus on all skill checks. Love to see that. Let's go ahead and fix up our buff setup here. So I want to make sure that... Where is it? Align weapon, good. He's also applied to Greybore. And that Crusader's Edge is also applied to Greybore. That works for me. I think we're good. Let's make sure also, yep, let's put resistance and, or the other ones, guidance, and what's the other one? Virtue. And I guess we put it on, yeah, I should just put it on everyone. Guidance. And where's the other one? It's guidance, resistance, there we go. Add to all. Okay. That's our buff setup. We're set there. Let's get everybody mounted up, buffed up, and then we'll head out. Probably we rest before probably the buffs expire before we have a fight, but just in case. Meadow and Orlin.
No reason to pause.
And then let's put you on Bismuth. And who is our best stealthy person now? Stealth +6, probably Greybore, right? He has +19. Didn't we have... We had something. Oh, well. The other thing I need to do is actually cast the buffs. That, yeah, we got all the 24-hour buff set up. That looks good. Oh, there's an extra buff for him. Sweet Sleep is for everybody. No, we got Shiny Dreams as well. Sweet Sleep and Shiny Dreams. Whenever Nazada or any companion who's rested with her is hit by an enemy, that enemy becomes dazzled for 1 minute. Very nice. Okay. So we got Blast, Protection from Fire, Delay Poison on everybody. A few people have additional buffs. I put True Seeing on Orlin just because he's on the front line and a big damage dealer. So spending a slot on that seems good. And then you have good aligned. You have Crusader's Edge. Okay, everything looks good. We got all our full day buffs and stuff. What else am I feel like I'm missing something. Oh well, whatever it is, I'm sure I'll remember it eventually. Let's head out and get a move on. I lead by example, not with my blade. Code of the Paladins of Shellen. Okay, so we're trying to travel all the way over to Grimwood. We might take a stop at the Temple of the Good Hunt, though, since we've never been there. And I might double back to the Ashen Grotto as well. We're very close to skipping over to the 20th, so I think with the group as it is... Yeah, let's check the Temple of the Good Hunt first. 6 hours to travel here. Okay, popped into a new day. Looks like we have some Crusader stuff. Let's see what happened. We have decrees. This is almost done. We can now recruit Yama Azadas if we want to. We can start recruiting them. Every 2 days that we spend, 75 energy we spend on this, we do get 2 of them. It locks up a slot. How much energy do we have? 333? 8 per day is not a lot. Fate of Faultless Daybreak. There's a lot of fates of things. What is this? That's a morale booster. I don't need that. Okay. I think I want to start recruiting these. We probably need a fairly large stack of them. So how many times can I do this? I could do this 4 times and get a group of 12. Which is a pretty big group. This locks up the leadership and spends the energy points, but I don't have another use for them right now, so I'm going to do this. Issue that decree. While we're in this view, we spent the 500 on the outpost, but there was something I wanted in Dresden. What did I want? I wanted a smithy, I think. I wanted something else too. Main barracks allows recruitment of... I think I already have one of these. Oh yeah, this is all the stuff I already have. I need to see what else I could build. So many damn systems in this game. So the training grounds is complete. Plus 10% bonus to damage for all trainable units in adjoining buildings. So main stables and main archery range. Well, what else did I want here? We already built the training grounds. We could build a smithy here. Plus 1 bonus to attack for everybody from the archery range and the stables. We have a smithy here already on the archery range. So I don't know if they stack. Scouts headquarters provide all allied units within the fort's area of control, which is pretty loosely defined. A bonus to speed, morale, and initiative. Sanctuary increases energy points income. Saboteurs headquarters give all enemy units within the area of control a penalty to speed, morale, and initiative. The lodge here provides bonuses for mercenary units. The academy, I think this is the thing I wanted. Yeah, plus 1 bonus to attack, AC, and saving throws for all trainable units. We have almost enough to build this. So let me, I think we're going to invest here to get a little bit more finances going. It takes 4 squares. It's a big building. Let me buy 30 of these. 750 gold. Are we a little low here? Let me grab a little bit of here. Yeah, we'll just throw a couple, like 1,000 in like that. That's fine. Buy those. And then let's build the military academy. So this is a big deal. I can only, yeah, because I placed this engineer's workshop here, which might have been a mistake. We only have 3 slots where we can build these big items. So I'm gonna put you at the back here. We'll get that building. That feels good. And then we'll head back to the map. We'll look at our armies here. So what do we have left? 4 grand, but we're getting 1,000 a day. Let's go back to the campaign. Yeah, we need to wait until, what was it? It was the 22nd, I think, before we get more recruits. I don't want the convicts. I don't want the rogues. I don't want more shield bearers. We want more of these. And there's potentially other mercenaries we could hire, especially those guys that showed up. Actually, what happened to, yeah, you, the Bellflower Fighters? Okay, you're more irregulars. I'm going to want to build up a stack of you before I send you out. So let me swap you into... Well, hold on. Yeah, let's move you in here. And then if we look at the Shy Sniper army, what do we actually have in here? We've got the fighters. If these guys need to fight, these are our melee units. We can throw... Yeah, it's probably better to do something like this. Put them behind. Like 2 paladins or 1 sorcerer is just going to get killed. So there's no point putting them in here. You guys can possibly hold the line for a while if necessary. And then we can go back to... Yeah, that's fine. Then we go back to Nisa. And what were you doing? You continue the path you were taking because we were looking at what? We were going to scout with you. Yeah, we're not quite ready to fight with you. The stacks here are a little on the low side. Like, you have a billion shield bearers, but they have no damage. And we lost a bunch of Hell Knights. So, yeah. Plus, we have, like, the level 3 of military coming soon, I think. Or I guess we have to get to level 4. And then these scouts get upgraded to some kind of cavalry, I think. But yeah, let's go ahead and scout with you a little bit. Let me throw up a quick save here. Let's complete that line. Double back, keep exploring. Okay. We don't want to fight this army. We don't really want to fight any of these armies. We kind of want to fight something like this, a 6. But we are pathfinding here. This is a path we kind of need to take to find out what this is. Ivory. Oh, that's the Ivory Sanctum. Okay. You know what? We don't need to go there yet. That's probably like the end of the act. Yeah, we're gonna keep pathfinding with you. I think that's fine. And with that, we're done with the 20th. Evolutions on the 20th. Let's go back to our party here. Now, we're heading to the Temple of the Good Hunt to find out what that's about. So let's do that. 7 hours of travel. How's everyone doing? We've been traveling for 16 hours, and nobody seems to be fatigued yet. But it feels like the kind of thing that will happen immediately as we arrive. Let's see. Nobody's fatigued. All right, let's head into the Temple of the Good Hunt and find out what this is about. Let's read the flavor text. This is where, in times of yore, the Sarkorians worshipped Erastil, the patron of hunting and country life. The demon invasion left the temple without its flock, but it somehow avoided the wrath of monsters that usually ravage any trace of the worship of good gods. It stands still, empty and decrepit, waiting for the mortals to return. You've never been to this location. Temple of the Good Hunt. Darren is encumbered. I think we immediately, the last 100 feet, everybody became fatigued and exhausted. Let's find out. We should have, I think, like 2 or 3 hours on those buffs left, but we'll double check as we get in here. I like that. I like that big antler deal. Let's take a look. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay. Not seeing any fatigue so far. You have fatigue, but nobody else does. Okay, so cure yourself of fatigue. I think you have a spell for it. Cleanse, right? Yeah, cleanse will clear you. Is there a difference, like less, not level 5 spell slot? Well, you know what else am I going to use it for? True Seeing, Breath of Life, Cure Light Wounds Mass. Yeah, this is what it's for. Let's cast Cleanse. So it's on yourself.
Rules on
So you don't need to touch anybody. Okay, so you're cleansed of fatigue. Everybody still has their buffs. That's fantastic. We got 6.5 hours left on those. And there's some adorable little bunny rabbits over here. Or are those part of my aura as an Azata? Could be. We've arrived at the Temple of the Good Hunt, and we've got a few minutes left in the episode. So let's poke our noses in and see what we can learn. Now, hold on. Did I get everything I wanted from that? We got resistance, virtue, and guidance. Yes. Okay. On everybody. Guidance, resistance, virtue. Looks good. Okay. And we have the correct... Yes, we have the correct formation set up. So we're all good to go. Yeah, let's creep forward here and see what we find. Yeah, they weren't taking up their formation space correctly for some reason. Okay. Let's stick to the southern boundary here.
Onwards.
For now. Feels like we're being funneled. There's like one path to take here. We can climb up here, interestingly, somehow. There's the temple steps. Okay, we can double back through this little switchbacky thing. Check out what's going on over here. Not seeing anything here. Okay. There's more. There could always be secrets, right? There could always be a piece of loot. There could be a hidden enemy. You never know with this game, so I like to see the whole map when I can. Okay, looks like this is the place we're going. As of right now, I'm not seeing any enemies, really. We will check out this last little bit here. Yeah, it seems mostly empty, the map, aside from the temple. Okay, we're good to go. So here's the temple. What a cool, what a kick-ass entrance. Giant stone doors with a cool-looking, stag on it. It's pretty dope.
March on.
So I guess we're pretty close to the end of the episode, but we'll take a peek inside and see what we find in there. A little bit of a slower paced episode here.
Onwards.
What do we see? Any enemies? Any demons? Any residual demons? No. Okay. Kyato is here. Who is Kyato? I guess we're about to find out. The young cleric of Erastil greets you with a shy smile. When did I meet this guy? Oh, he was the one who was always, I think, always selling us scrolls. He was like the shy apprentice of the guy selling us scrolls in like Act 1 and 2. I think so. What an honor it is to see you again, Commander. Welcome to the Temple of Delamere the Blessed. As the temple's prior, I offer my greetings. The word prior, the priest's face flushes pink. Remind me who you are? they call me Kyato the shepherd boy? Oh, well, that's what they used to call me, but it's not very fitting for a priest, is it? I come from a village near Lastwall. I've always been drawn to Erastil, even as a child. A cleric by the name of Jode once passed through our village. Kind old man. He looked me in the eye. I was a silly little kid. And he said, "I see you're going to serve Erastil just like myself," and I did. When I heard about your crusade, I set out to join it, just like my heart was telling me to do. At first, I served as a novice under the venerable Rathamus, but now he's gone, and I've been left on my own. Rathamus and I marched on Dresden with your forces. We fought on your host. And then when the demons were driven out, I came here. This temple's like centuries old, and Erastil's worshippers would have come here. Like hundreds of people would have come here in the past, but even now, we get the odd pilgrim wandering in. That's why I wanted to take this temple over, take it over. I mean, somebody ought to take care of it. It's a sacred place. Tell me more about the temple and what's connected to it. Where to begin? This temple is dedicated to Delamere. I mean, of course, it's a temple of Erastil. But Delamere was the prior of this temple? I mean, no, I'm the prior of the temple, and she's like its like Blessed Mother Superior. It's patroness? The young man falls into confused silence and looks pleadingly at you. Tell me about Delamere. She lived in these parts way back when Sarkoris was still standing. She was a priestess of Erastil, and the Kelids deeply respected her for her. She's got a hard nature, but unshakable faith though. But Erastil blessed her with various wonders, and the common folk, they knew that she would stand up for them. She didn't like city life, so she said she didn't like city life, and she said that cities encouraged vile deeds and corruption of the soul. She said that people ought to live in like small clans where everyone knows everyone, everyone's kin, everybody has like a duty to everybody else, and you can't You can't hide your sins in a village. In a village, everyone knows what kind of person you are. So she had like a revelation, and she would travel around the villages and see how people lived there. And if any settlement had more than 53 souls, she drove out all the rest and told them to settle elsewhere, because otherwise the villages would have grown and turned into little, towns. So her methods were harsh, but people still listened to her because Erastil himself was on her side. She had like an edge to her. She single-handedly chased off whole bands of marauders that harassed villagers. And after she died, and then this temple was built in her honor and for her, because in the place where Erastil gifted her, with his relics. They're relics. Did I say that? They say that there was a white stag that came from the forest and spoke to her, like, with a like a human voice. And it told her that she should hunt it because it was the will of her lord. So she tracked the stag for 3 days and nights. I mean, obviously, if you do it for 3 days, you do it for the nights too. Through the forest, and then when she ran it to the ground, she made its antlers into like a bow, and then she made its hide into armor. And the bow, I guess, never misses. And Erastil himself blessed the armor, so it repels the strikes of enemies. A fine hunter with a harsh temper, tough and successful. And better yet, someone who is morally opposed to living in those stinking piles the uplanders call cities. She sounds just like me. No. You're nothing like her. How do we feel? I think the problem he has with it is forcing your will and your opinion on other people. Like, I think that I'm right, so you're all going to live the way that I say. No more than 53 people in a village. Like, I kind of get what she's going for. Like, a small community is more tight-knit. And obviously living in a big city, like, you can't know everyone. But forcing other people to live the way she chooses, I'm not 100% on board with that. Would he be respectful here, or would he just mock and ridicule her? This guy isn't exactly, the way he's written and the way I'm voicing him, he's not exactly an intimidating figure, is he? He might just kind of absent-mindedly speak his mind without being diplomatic here. Did she really drive people out of their villages? That's ridiculous. Giotto heatedly responds, his voice trembling in anger. It is not ridiculous. It might sound strange, but Erastil blessed Delamere alone, and he gave her wisdom and power. All right, I touched a nerve there, I'm sorry. Tell me about being prior. Oh, it's terrifying. I live here alone, you see. People travel a great distance to come here, but I've been given an important task. So here in the World Wound, these temples are needed more than ever so that people don't lose their faith. But that doesn't stop my legs shaking in terror. Oh, when I think of my teacher, Rathamus, rest his soul, I feel like running away. I swear, I would have run long ago, but one thing keeps me here. Erastil would not have granted me these spells for no reason. I can't let him down, or the people. I can't let them down either. Okay, all right. The place frightens you, but you're still here. That's something to be proud of. That's actual courage. Giotto smiles bashfully. Erastil is with me. If my faith is strong, his antlers will protect me from evil demons, and he won't let them devour me. What about Erastil's teachings in particular? Erastil's an old god, back from the times when there were, no such things as towns. Simple he is, and good, and he wants people to be the same. He wants them to live in small settlements where everyone knows each other. He wants them to value simple joys, not vacuous pondering. He wants people to earn their bread honestly through hunting, through crafts and farming and fishing. He especially prizes hunting, of course, which when when it's for sustenance rather than sport, he doesn't, you know, you got to use all the parts and eat the thing. What else? He's both stag and hunter. He favors both guises. He doesn't like finery, and there's no special ceremonies or anything. He used to just appear before hunters and rangers and offer wisdom. Oh, but when he's angry, he is terrifying. If someone harms the country folk, takes pleasure in hurting animals or like spoils their crops or something, that person may well take an arrow from Erastil, and his bow knows no mercy. It's the father of all bows, for it was Erastil who taught people how to shoot. Everything is clear. Have you seen anything suspicious in the area? The cleric swallows nervously and lowers his gaze. No. Everything's quiet around here. There's nothing going on in this temple. That's for sure. Pilgrims have said there's a dragon flying around this area, snatching up travelers. And others say that's just a rumor. Things are quiet here in my temple. Okay. Do you have anything for sale? Oh, I can help there, Commander. I kept all of Rathimus' scrolls, and I even managed to learn a few of his tricks. I study languages so that I can read foreign scrolls. Rathimus, he used to call me a polyglot, and I never met a foreign language I didn't want to sink my teeth into. The young man seems to preen slightly. Okay, so we could sell him a bunch of crap. He's got all the scrolls that we're used to that I probably don't super need. We should look at this by price. Get the Pearl of Power, the S-Stock, the Drill, the Quarterstaff. I think we've seen these things before. I think I sold him the Scimitar of Wind here. Yeah, I don't think he has anything I particularly need. +1 to caster level from the Specialist belt, but only when they use a scroll or a potion. Coin of Protection. Grants an ally DR5 for a minute. I mean, this is like, yeah, no, I don't think we need any of that. So, like, what are we doing here? I guess we're just meeting our vendor friend? Something happened. It appeals there's a carefully concealed doorway in this place. The young cleric lets out a loud scream and addresses you in a quavering voice. I beg of you, don't touch that door. Where does it lead? Kyado's face grows gray and he falters and stutters over his words. Oh, that door? It leads into the cellar. There's nothing interesting behind that door. Sweat breaks out on the cleric's forehead as he looks at you with pleading eyes. You're hiding some terrible secret. If you continue to do so, one of your flock will suffer. Is that what you want? Kyado looks to be on the verge of tears. It's all Zenedra. She's a witch. She came here one night. She threatened to torture me and demanded that I let her into the crypt. She said that her friends would be coming here sometimes. And she placed a curse on me. If I allow anyone other than the initiated servants of Baphomet into the crypt without her permission, a brood of rats will appear in my stomach and they'll gnaw me from the inside out. You can't go in there. You can't, please. You can't. I don't want to get eaten from the inside. I'm not a warrior. I'm just a shepherd. I never said a word to anyone. They go in there and do things. They whisper. I'm afraid to go in. You can't go in. There's no one in there now anyway. She hasn't been here for many days. And Erastil willing she won't come again. Cursed witch. I don't know who this Zenedra is, but I'd really like to get my hands on her and have a chat. Or maybe I'd just reach for my weapon right away. Speaks a language all its own. But a quick death is too good for cultist scum like her. After all the fear and torment and pain they put people through. After this furious outburst, Sela calms down again and speaks to Kyado. Listen, stay strong, kid. You're not alone. You have allies. And your faith. The little priest has struck up a friendship with our enemies. He betrayed us, hid them in his own temple, and now he's been caught. What should we do with this foolish little bird caught in a snare, master? I know so many wonderful ways of inflicting pain. I scarcely know where to begin. The hunter's gaze grows predatory and hungry, like a wildcat that has spotted a defenseless dove. Pure animal terror is written on Kyaru's face. The commander won't let you get your claws on me, evil fiend. He's just, and will hand me over to be tried as the law commands. The law? I spit on the law. Did you know the commander and I are very close? If I ask him to give you to me, do you think he'll refuse me? For the sake of some pathetic loser who's been caught working with the demons? Wendoan's voice is smug and mocking. She looks at you expectantly, her eyes sparkling with amusement. Yes, I think I know what she's doing here. She knows us well enough to know that that's probably not going to happen. I think she's setting us up for good cop, bad cop. So I like option 3 here, wink at Wendoag. Interesting. And what would you do to him? The hunter gives you a barely perceptible nod of approval, then eagerly says, I'd kill him slowly. I'd string him up by his hands and feet, high above a bonfire, and I'd throw logs on it that have been steeped in salt water for 5 gongs. If you cover the victim in a large, well-aired fur, it can survive like that for several days. And the meat becomes more and more tender until it just falls off the bone at the slightest touch. A good, interesting way to kill. What about you? How would you do it? I guess we're doing intimidation roleplay with Wendoag right now. I'd spell him to look like Queen Galfrey and send him off to the demon's waiting arms. I mean, okay, sexual assault joke, fine. I'm probably, what is he most afraid of? He seems quite afraid of what Zenedra promised. But the slow death, I'd tie him to the pillory so that every honest crusader walking past could hurl a stone at him. Not just pain, but humiliation too? It's not overly original, but it's always good fun. Wendoag looks approvingly at you. Then again, this maggot is used to others looking down on him. It's far sweeter to crush the pride of someone who's never known disgrace before. Has this gone on long enough? What if we say this? Take him and do what you want with him. That encourages her. I don't know if the game will understand that I'm trying to bluff this kid into giving us more. I mean, we already intimidated him. What do we say here? Do we need to remind her that she was a traitor too once? She doesn't pity him. Okay, all joking aside, you were a traitor too once. Have you forgotten? But here's the difference between me and this waste of air. I am strong and useful, and that's why you showed me mercy. This coward has nothing to offer in exchange for his life. He's helpless and pathetic. All right, we had our fun making fun of him, but don't touch him. Thank you, Commander. I can't put into words how grateful I am. Wendoag scoffs. That was a fun little game, but we don't have any time for real fun. Isn't that right, Master? I do want to go inside the crypt. The cleric's resistance is hanging by a thread. His lips are trembling and his voice drops to a whisper. I have the key, but what right do you have to... We don't have the angel path or the trickster path, so we have the good, lawful, chaotic options. I think Wendua got us riled up a little bit. So rather than the good option, I'll choose the chaotic option here. I mean, he's a coward, so either give me the key or I knock all your teeth out and take the key anyway. Kyato looks like he's about to faint. With a trembling hand, he gives you the key. The final words sound unexpectedly clear and crisp. Don't go in there. Okay, we have an interesting story here. We have the interesting everything. We've got Kyato's story. We left him alive. I guess he remains potentially here. I don't know if we come back and arrest him or something, or we're not going to kill him. I mean, the cultist threatened him, and he's obviously not someone who can stand up to that. But we got the key and learned about the crypt, so we're probably going to head in there. Hopefully the curse was not true. I don't really want him to die by ratectomy, but I guess we'll find out next time, because I think we do need to go in there. We can check out the statue as well, and the offerings and stuff. But I think next time we're going to go into this crypt. I hope he doesn't die to a ratectomy. I hope that was just a bluff that the cultist leader used to scare him. I mean, she probably read him as a super coward and was like, I don't even need to actually curse him. I can just threaten him and he'll do nothing. But we'll find out next time, because that's going to be it for this one. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, interesting event here, and we've still got a dragon to hunt as well. So lots of cool stuff to come. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.